Hey everybody, so let's talk about gratuities on a cruise vacation. So a lot of people have heard the term, but they're not exactly sure what they are, where they go, or who gets paid, and how does it all work. So we're going to talk about it. Prepaying your cruise vacation gratuities means that you can budget that amount into any payments you might make before your final payment due date. It does not change the amount of gratuities that are going to be paid. Now, these gratuities are a little bit of a misnomer because they're not truly gratuities. They are indeed fees. And that is something that is going to be automatically added, whether you pay it at the beginning or it's added to your bill at the end of your cruise. So my suggestion is always roll it in, and that way it doesn't hurt so much at the end of the cruise. Prepaid gratuities go to 4 different people on the ship. So they go to your server in the main dining room, your assistant server, and the host in the main dining room. So those 3 people are going to get your prepaid gratuities for the stated amount in your cruise contract. The 4th person is probably the most important, and that is your stateroom host. So that is the person that gets you whatever you need, makes sure that you have everything in your stateroom that you've asked for, cleans it twice daily, turns down, picks up your stuff. They work so hard. So they are the 4th person that receives your prepaid gratuities. If you've ever looked at the breakdown that you generally receive in your stateroom the night before you disembark as to how much these prepaid gratuities go to each of those 4 people, you might see that it's really a very small amount for the amount of work that these people are doing for you. So there is always an option to make sure that they are getting a little bit extra, and there's a couple of ways to do that. The first and foremost is cash in hand. Now that way you know that that cash is going directly to whomever you think has done an extra job and deserves a little bit extra money. The second is by going to guest services, and you can have additional amounts added to those pre-arranged gratuity amounts. Generally, they'll give you an envelope that you can hand to that person or leave in the stateroom just to let them know that you've added a little something extra. You know who's the first person that gets a gratuity or a tip on your cruise vacation? It should be the porters that take your luggage from your car, taxi, Uber, whatever it happens to be, and they're going to take your luggage and make sure that it gets onto the ship. So just like if you were doing a porter at the airport, you would want to tip these people, and it's generally about $2 a bag, which is not a big amount. So who else needs gratuities on your almost all-inclusive cruise vacation? Well, if you are ordering room service, even complimentary room service, it is generally nice to give a little something to the person that delivers that. Yes, that's part of their job, but think of it this way. Do you tip at Starbucks or McDonald's or any other where everyone else is just doing their jobs? So maybe give them a little bit something extra. You can add it to the bill when you sign, or some cruise lines don't even make you sign for your room service. So if you have small bills, it might be nice to give them a cash tip. Tips are never required, always a great idea. If you're doing excursions, then it's really nice to have cash on hand to give to your guides. So these are always going to be people that don't necessarily work for the cruise line, and you never really know how much of your fee is going to them. So especially for those cruise guides that go above and beyond, give you a little bit of personalized service or give you those extra information, or hey, here's a great local place I think you should check out. I usually do like to have some 10s and 20s to hand to those people, and I know that it's always appreciated. So there it is. So that is your absolute guide to gratuities and tipping on your cruise line vacation. Who is it that you always tip a little bit extra? Where is it that you find that cash is really the best way to go? Now remember, you never really need to tip. Tipping should be based on service, but I think that you'll agree a great cruise vacation is going to give you the best service that you've really experienced. How are we going to get you on a cruise? I think you really do need to just reach out. Let me know what kind of an adventure you'd like to take, and then we can get you matched to the proper cruise for you. And then you can find out what kind of service I'm talking about. So send me a comment, send me a text, send me a DM, send me an email at brenda@adventurewaytravels.com, and let's get you booked on your amazing cruise vacation.